science is hard enough to understand, especially when there are so many facts floating around that aren't actually true. You've probably heard more than half of the facts below. Here's the real science behind them. Number 1. Water conducts electricity. While this is a science myth, it doesn't mean you should bring your toaster in the bath with you. The reason you shouldn't swim in a lightning storm doesn't have to do with the water itself. Pure water is actually an insulator, which means it doesn't conduct electricity. The danger comes from the minerals and chemicals in it, which are made up of electrically charged ions. While pure water is theoretically safe around electricity, it's nearly impossible to find in the real world because even distilled water has ions. Number 2. Blood is blue in your body. A widely shared myth is that blood is blue until it is exposed to air or replenishes its oxygen, because veins are a greenish blue. That theory sounds reasonable enough, but the fact is, human blood looks the same in your body as outside, red. That hue is brighter when it's oxygen-rich, and darker when it needs that oxygen replenished. But it's red all the same. The tissue covering your veins affects how the light is absorbed and scattered, which is why the blood circulating your body looks blue. Number 3. Humans only use 10% of their brains. The idea of unlocking hidden brain power might make a compelling storyline for a movie, but it simply doesn't work that way in real life. One fact playing into the myth is that 90% of brain cells are white matter that help neurons survive, and only 10% is the gray matter of neurons in charge of thinking. But that white matter could never be used for brain power. So claiming 90% of our brain is wasted is like saying you waste peanuts when you throw out the shells. Number 4. The Great Wall of China is the only man-made structure you can see from the moon. Interestingly, this myth has been around at least since 1932, when a Ripley's Believe It or Not cartoon deemed the Great Wall of China to be the mightiest work of man, the only one that would be visible to the human eye from the moon. Of course, that was almost 30 years before a machine would touch down on the moon, so the claim was entirely unfounded. Astronauts have now confirmed that even the Great Wall actually can't be seen from space, except at low altitudes. Even at those low heights, it's actually easier to see roads and plane runways, whose colors don't blend into the ground like the Great Walls do. Number 5. Earth is the only planet with water. Of course, we have yet to find any intelligent life living off interstellar water, but H2O isn't unique to Earth. Dark streaks that change on Mars suggest there isn't just ice on the red planet. Liquid salt water likely flows on it. What's more, NASA discovered that beneath a layer of ice on Jupiter's moon Europa, there's an ocean containing twice as much water as we have on Earth. Could faraway planets with water sustain intelligent life? Only time will tell. Number 6. It takes 7 years to digest chewing gum. Don't freak out if you can't find a trash can and need to swallow your gum. The truth is that your body can't digest gum, not even in 7 years. That doesn't mean it sticks inside your system, though. It will pass through your digestive system without being broken down, then come out in the bathroom like anything else. If kids swallow too much, the gum could block their intestines, but that's extremely rare. Number 7. Ostriches bury their heads in the sand. The birds would die of suffocation if they actually stuck their heads underground when scared. Instead, they actually lie with their head and neck flat against the ground if a predator is approaching. Their light-colored head and neck blend in with the ground, which could explain why people assumed their heads were underground from far away. Number 8. Lightning never strikes the same place twice. Anyone familiar with lightning rods could probably already tell you there's nothing stopping lightning from hitting the same spot twice. The Empire State Building, for example, once endured 8 strikes in 24 minutes during a storm. Even without a lightning rod, there's nothing keeping lightning away from the spot that just got hit. In fact, the features that made the spot likely to get hit once are height, presence of standing water, or terrain shape, for example, would be just as attractive to a second bolt. Number 9. Chameleons change color to match their surroundings. Yes, chameleons can change color by stretching and relaxing cells that contain crystals, which affects how the light is reflected. They can't change to any color to match their surroundings, and their color changes don't have much to do with camouflage. Instead, chameleons use the crystals mainly for communication. Dark colors signal aggression, like when a female doesn't want to mate, but also temperature. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and smash the like button. If you have more interesting ideas, don't forget to leave them below.